Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Crafty Saturday. My name is Michelle Irene, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Every Saturday morning at 9 o'clock, I do a Facebook Live with you where I craft right here in my home, and I welcome you to join me. So I'm really glad that you're here. It is a gray, overcast, yucky Saturday morning, so it is absolutely perfect for crafting. So thanks for joining me. I am gonna show you this. I got this present yesterday. Can you see this? I'm gonna turn it so I don't spill it. I know an open container on my craft room is really bad, but I got this really cute koozie yesterday from my friend Susan, and it holds, I am like a diet ginger ale addict. I absolutely love it, and I know I shouldn't, but it holds my Canada Dry absolutely perfectly. And look, isn't this adorable? I absolutely love it. And she is selling these in her craft. She has a shabby chic primitives booth in one of the local like antique stores around. And she's calling them Susie's Koozies. Aren't they cute? Anyways, so for those of you who think koozies are not cool, you haven't met Susan's. These are just adorable, and I love them to death. So she's going to start selling those, and I'm sure they're going to be a huge hit. I absolutely think they're wonderful. And they fit my diet ginger ale, so that's fantastic. And they also fit my to-go coffee cup, so maybe I won't have to warm it in the microwave so many times every day. So today we are going to make this really cute pocket pouch, and actually it's a 2-pocket pouch because it has 2 here. This is just folded. There is no adhesive at all on the pouch itself. It's held together by my little ribbon bow. And I made my little prototype here using some of the designer series paper, and I can't think of the name of it right off the top of my head. Wow, something blooms. That's really bad. Anyway, so this comes out of the Occasions catalog, and because Valentine's Day is just around the corner, we're going to use the All My Love designer series paper that is featured in not 1, not 2, but 3 Valentine sets in the Occasions catalog. Now, last week when I did my one sheet wonder, remember I said when we're doing a one sheet wonder we need to be really careful about the direction of the paper. If you're using a paper that's directional, you just have to be super, super careful the way you're cutting it. Well, the same is true with this project, because as you see both sides of the designer series paper. You're going to get the top side and the back side. You're going to get both patterns. So some of these patterns, like this one, I think is just beautiful, right? But on the back side, you've got hearts. So if you were doing it, if you're going to make this, you'd run into the chance that your hearts would be on one side facing the right way, and then the other side they might be upside down, so that wasn't a good choice. Then this one is beautiful, and I thought, oh, I'd love to use this one. The back side, you could go either way, but the flowers all seem to be pointing in one direction, so that wasn't going to work. And then we have this piece of paper, which is absolutely, right? It's very, very similar, except different color scheme, right? Run into the same problem, don't we? Because all of our flowers are pointing up. Those are pretty. That one I didn't have enough of because I used it all up already, but you could see, you know, here we've got hearts going in one direction and 2, so that would have been okay, but then on the back side you have hearts going in one direction. So that wasn't going to work. This one is lovely, but again, same problem, right? So I got a little worried. I'm like, I told you I was going to use this paper, but what am I going to use? So I actually like this one. This one has these little delicate sprays of flowers, and oh, thank goodness. The designers knew exactly what I was going to be using it for, because we have flowers going in this direction. And if you turn around, they're going in the same direction. So this is going to be very helpful for me. And on the back side, we have these little, they're really cute. They're really little hearts. Can you see them up close? Anyways, they're little hearts and they're on a diagonal. So we're going to start with this piece of paper. This is an 8x8 piece of All My Love Designer Series paper. And I've got my Stampin' Trimmer, and I have moved my scoring, or my blade, my cutting blade, to the very bottom, because I'm not going to use that, and I don't want to take the chance of cutting my paper, because this is the only piece I have left. I have more coming, of course, but I really like this, and I have apparently used it all. So hold on, I have to find my cheat sheet here. So we're just going to make a few simple scores, okay? This is not hard. Don't think that this is beyond what you're capable of doing. Like I said, this is an 8x8 piece of paper, and some people are able to fold. We're going to fold on the opposite corners. I don't trust my folding skills. I score everything. So on your Stampin' Trimmer, this piece, you know, it comes out. It's very cool. This is your kind of a guide. And I'm going to take the one corner to two corners, and I'm going to line it up exactly on the middle, right? Turn your paper, and you can do this so that your bottom corner and your top corner are even on that guide line, okay? Close it up, and with your scoring tool, just score down the middle, okay? That's pretty nice. Now, I have my center stage bone folder that I got from Leadership, and I'm just going to crease on that side, make it nice and flat, and then I'm going to get my trimmer again, because we're going to come over, and you know, on your Stampin' Trimmer, I'm going to open this up for you for just a minute. I love the Stampin' Up! Trimmer because it shows a 1-inch mark all the way out to 6, and then you know you can extend the arm, right? It goes all the way out to 14. That's even better, right? So we've got, but when it's folded, you've got 6. But on the right-hand side, past the guide, you have another quarter, half, 3/4, 1 inch, and 1/4 marks on the right. So what I'd like you to do is take this little triangle that we made and open up your trimmer and put the flat side where we just scored and put that to the right hand side of the 1-inch mark. Okay, so line it up on that 1-inch guideline and close it up. Make sure it's straight because I think I moved it. Okay, now with your scoring blade, I want you to score at 1 inch. And do it a couple times because you know you've doubled up the thickness of your paper. Now, turn your paper so that the flat part is at the top, and I want you to please line up. I want to make sure that you can see that. I can't see into my, I raised up the camera a little bit and now I'm too short to see. So we have a problem. I either need a little step stool so I can see what I'm doing on camera, or you guys can't see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to move this down just a little bit. With the flat part up at the top, I have put one corner over here at the 3 3/4 inch mark. So here's 3, 1/4, 1/2, and 3/4. And we're going to score that again, not the cutting blade. Oops, ouch. Good thing that wasn't the cutting blade. Okay, now take it out and flip it. The reason we're flipping it is I want to keep this flat side up at the top. and we're going to do the exact same thing on the opposite side. So I'm going to score it again at 3 3/4. Okay? So we've scored at 1 inch and then 3 3/4 on either side. And we're done with this. So you can put that away so it's out of your way. Good morning, Sean. Good morning, Anne. Good morning, Michelle. It's good to see you. All right, now open it up. And on those, we're going to just fold on the scoring line. And you can take your bone folder. There's 1. Where's my mark? And 2. Okay, so you've got a nice, I don't know what kind of shape that is, you know, it's kind of cool. It's like a little envelope, isn't it? Okay, then on your scoring, we're going to fold it right in half. Okay, and press those seams really well. So now you've got it folded in half and you've got a little house shape, right? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a little pentagon. And then we're just using those scoring, those lines that we scored as our folds, right? And there, on either side, you have like a little envelope, okay? And this is gonna stand, so, but we're gonna fix that. I have a 3/4 inch hole punch. What we're going to do is come down and we're going to make a hole so that we can tie it so that it stays closed. And look, how cool is that? On this side, all right, so I told you directional, right? Because I thought it was gonna go diagonal, but I folded it on the wrong side. But these hearts are gonna go up and down. These hearts are upside down. Oh, I haven't had enough coffee this morning. Okay, so I'm gonna take this down and I'm gonna put it all the way until it doesn't go anymore. And I'm just gonna eyeball that and hope it's in the center. It's probably pretty good. And then you have these 2 little circles. You could use those. Those are pretty cool. I like circles. A ribbon right here. So I have this really pretty, I love this polka dot tulle ribbon. And I'm just going to feed that through. And tie a nice length. You know what I like about this nice cloudy day? Charles doesn't realize it's time for him to go out on the back porch and bark while I'm doing this. Okay? Now, I'm going to tie that. If you like, you could have used your corner rounder, you know, the triple corner rounder, and just made a cute, rounded those corners, but then it wouldn't match the rest. But you could if you wanted. All right, so there's my little bow. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but it looks very cute. And now we have this double envelope pocket pouch. Let's do a little stamping because, you know, this needs a little love note or something inside. It is Valentine's after all. So I have 2 pieces of cardstock. Whoops. Okay, so I have 3. That's in case I make a mistake. I have Lovely Lipstick, which is one of the colors in the All My Love Designer Series paper. Lovely Lipstick, and that is 2.5 by 3.5. And then I have a 2 5/8 by 3 5/8 piece of Whisper White cardstock. Now, this will all be on my blog, and the measurements and everything on how to make this will be on my blog as well. So I have the Meant to Be Cling stamp set. This is one of the 3 Valentine sets that are in the Occasions catalog. And this is one of the new cling stamp sets. Now, you've heard me talk about cling stamps before, and I'm really loving them. I think they're just awesome. So I'm going to give you a little refresher. We're not doing wood sets anymore. We have the photopolymer which is the absolute clear. You know, you put it down, you can see the ink fill in, you know exactly where you're stamping. And this is a red rubber stamp on the little cushiony foam base. But now, look, this is not going anywhere because I put the label on, and before, you know, the labels, they just wouldn't stick to our acrylic blocks, and now, you guys, this is not going anywhere. I absolutely love it. My stamping has really improved since I've been using these. So I'm going to stamp this heart. It's really pretty. It's gorgeous. From the Meant to Be stamp set, and I'm going to do it in Tuxedo Black Memento ink because I'm going to use some blends to color those flowers. All right. Now, oh, okay, I have my glasses because coloring this early in the morning, I need a little help. So I have 3 colors here. I have the light Calming Clover, I have the light Flirty Flamingo, and the dark Flirty Flamingo blends markers. And I'm going to quickly add some color. And I'm going to go over these pretty roses with the light blends, the light Flirty Flamingo. You know, just color it in. You want to lay down a good solid layer. Okay, because the key, remember, to blending these is to get enough ink where you can blend. You know, it has to be a little wet. I'm just going to add a little accent to that rose, and I colored the center of that one with the dark. Then I'm going to go back over it and make sure all those lines are blended in with my light again. Okay, it just makes sure. I absolutely love these. You know, at first I grabbed my Stampin' Write markers to do this morning, and I'm like, oh no, no, no. I'm going to use the blends. Now, with the light, I'm going to use the narrow side because if you see my design, there's some really small, where am I on camera? Sorry about that. Really small leaves. And so I'm not going to color, I'm not going to use brush strokes. I'm just going to dot some color on those leaves. Okay, just fill it in. Go slow. I'm not going to add any other tone to that. So I'm just going to dot. Okay? And then there's some tiny, tiny, tiny little buds. And again, I'm going to just dot the light Flirty Flamingo in the center. You know what? That's not showing up very well. I'm going to grab my dark, but I'm going to use the narrow end. And just dot a little color into that. Isn't that pretty? Makes a world of difference just adding just that little bit of color. Then I'm going to come back to my Memento ink, and I'm going to stamp in the center of my heart, You Make Me Happy. Now this was on crooked earlier when I was making my prototype. Hey, that looks pretty good. All right. Sorry, I'm making myself nervous. And it's crooked. You make me so happy I giggled while I was stamping and everything got crooked. Okay. I'm going to clean this off real quick. You guys, I got this wet last Monday, this chamois, and it's still wet. I keep it in this stamping case. It's wonderful. Now, in the summertime, living in the South, it will mold. And those little spots are not mold, by the way. I know it looks like it, but it's not. I accidentally set it on my Stampin' Scrub, and it picked up all the ink from all those little fibers. Maybe I'll turn it over so it doesn't look like mold. It's really not. Don't think I'm icky. But, yeah, living in the South, it will mold in the summertime. So I don't keep it in here, but in the wintertime, it's awesome. Okay, so I have my lovely lipstick, and I have my little giggly, happy flower. And, oh, where did my adhesive go? I'm not sure where my snail is. So I'm going to use a little, whoops, a little fast fuse. I don't know if this is still available in the clearance rack or not. Have you looked lately? See, I wish I had my snail this morning. What other adhesive do I have over here? How about some glue dots? Because I don't have anybody to go get it for me, and I'm not going to wake up the dogs by leaving. All right, so I'm going to lay down a few glue dots here and there. Sorry about that, guys. I guess I could have used dimensionals. When in doubt, throw some dimensionals on. Okay, come on. So we've got our little love note. You make me happy, and they're going to know that it's handmade because it's a little bit wonky. Okay, this is going to slide right in. Okay, and I left you room so that you can write a little note so they know who it's from, or maybe it's like a little secret Valentine and you don't want to know, but you could write a little something, or you know, throw on one of those little extra circles. Okay, now on that side, I have these Ghirardelli squares, and I know they're left over from Christmas, but the peppermint bark ones are my favorite, and that's going to slide right inside there. So, right, you've got your little love note, and you've got a little Ghirardelli square, but it still looks a little naked. So what can we do? I have one of the cling stamps. This one says, "Just for you." And I'm going to show you again how to mount this. I have my these are just old scissors I found in my son's like pencil box from when he was little. He's 23 now, or almost 23. And so I found these, and I use these to trim all the excess off my red rubber cling stamps. And really what that does is it takes all those rough edges off. You don't want to do the foam underneath. Just get those rubber parts. And if you ever have problems with haloing, you know, where you use a red rubber stamp and you stamp, and then you have like a ghost image around the edge, try trimming them, okay? Because that will eliminate all of that. What that does is it tells me that, you know, we pressed a little too hard or something, and we got the ink on the outside. So if you remove the outside of the image, no more ink on there. All right, so this is just a regular, right, foam. And then here it says on here, "Just for you." So turn it over and take off the adhesive. Okay, and you're going to line it up very carefully. Notice I didn't take it off of the sheet, and you're going to line this up, and you're going to just stick it on there. Okay, then when you peel it off, you've got your label right on your stamp, and you can grab a block. And look, again, it's not going anywhere. So I have a piece of paper here. We're going to stamp this in memento. And then my favorite punch combination is my 2-inch circle punch. Oh, come on. Do you talk to your stamps and your punches? I do. I like to think they listen to me too. Okay, punch that out. And then my Starburst punch. Oh, Liz Bailey says, no more fast fuse refills. Oh, good to know. I might have bought all of them. And Michelle, what does Michelle says? Yes, ink stains on the chamois. It's not going to do any harm. It's still clean. It holds the ink and you can still do it. And you know how to clean it? You know what I do? Is I get like my big Tupperware bowl. I don't know. It's like huge, okay? It will hold like 3 pans of soup. I don't know where it came from, but it's huge. And I fill it with water and I stick it in there and then I wait until all the ink comes out and I'll change the water out. I know some people throw it in the washing machine. Personally, I like to watch the ink come out because it makes me feel like I'm doing a good job. So, lovely lipstick, Starburst punch. And again, hello, adhesive. It has to be here. But not today. That's really funny. All right, so we're gonna go the old-fashioned glue dot way. They are better than sliced bread. Speaking of bread, I'm taking over a homemade loaf of bread to my parents for breakfast after this, so the vlog will probably be a little bit late because I'm gonna go have breakfast with my parents. And I'm gonna grab some dimensionals. Not very many left on there. And I'm going to put my Starburst right there. Do me a favor and put your dimensionals on your pocket pouch. Okay? That way you don't accidentally stick it over there. And now you have that. That needs something. Let's look over here and see what I have in my embellishments. I think I have some cool embellishments we could add. I do. Let's see. All right, so I've got all of these. These are fun. Now, in this suite, I have some epoxy. No, those aren't going to match. All right. When in doubt, grab some rhinestones. Rhinestones are a girl's best friend. There are some epoxy hearts that go with this set. And I have them in a box for club already. So okay, just for you. And now you have a little secret pal, or, you know, you could stick this on a teacher's desk, or wouldn't it be cute, like for Valentine's, for classes? And they're really fast to make. So you've got your little love you note, you've got a cute little medallion on the front, and you can stick a sweet treat in it for someone special. Okay, so that will be on my blog, all of that. Along with the video. All of the products today are found in the Occasions catalog. And if you haven't got a catalog, let me know. I'll be happy to send you one. Leave me a note. Give me, make a comment. Share my blog. Go out and like my Facebook page. Or I really would love it if you would go out and like my YouTube channel. But again, there will be a prize patrol for everyone who leaves a comment and everybody who shares and likes my page this week. Prizes will be picked probably around Wednesday. And last week we had 2 prize patrol winners. It was wonderful. So I hope that you win as well. There will be a pack of embellishments or a pack of ribbon coming to this week's prize patrol. All right. Go out and make it a really crafty Saturday. I hope you make something absolutely beautiful. And feel free to share if you make one of these pocket pouches. I'd love to see yours. All right, take care, and I'll see you next Saturday. Bye-bye.